from beneath the sand. Dance can take me across, seems so far away. Across this universe, she lives another day. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. How can we run from everything we have done? It only takes us one more day to run. How can we run from everything we have done? It only takes us one more day. How I know the reason she stays. How I know the reason she's so far away. How I know the reason she stays. How I know the reason she
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You didn't need to. Hi everybody, nice seeing you all here. Hey Mark, nice, you did arrive on time. Hi Nicholas, congrats on being the first. You are winning the Zimboard sticker. TNT Druid cake, I've ate it. Sorry, no cake for anybody tonight. And Rasby, good morning to you. Welcome everybody. Today will be, as always, a fun stream. Let me just check. I don't know if the music is too loud or not. Hey Johnny! We once again have a sponsor. This is the last drink from the who knows what batch I have. I did check the expiry date because I was afraid it did expire, but no. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Pedro, nice seeing you. About that one, so what we chatted in the Discord previously. I previously, as far as I know. That was the question from Blackadder. V6s are great, especially the newer ones that have a different mounting points than the others that were screwed in. I previously used Hiatus Dragonfly. It's a copy of a Dragonfly, Voron edition, so red and whatever. I replaced it around New Year with the when I was doing the tap and everything on the Voron. I replaced it with the E3D Revo Voron edition, and I did read the spec. I had the SF, which is a normal flow. I didn't have high flow. I never checked the specs. So what I did, I ordered Revo, then went and read the specs, and I was really surprised to see that Dragonfly had around 16 or 18 flow rate, while the Revo has maximum around 13. So what I had to do when I replaced everything, I had to reduce the printing speeds, which you usually don't build Vorons just to slow it down. You try to get as fast as you can. So this was a really, it's completely my mistake because I didn't read the specs and I didn't check things out and I didn't go to the forums and run everything up. But that's my mistake. But that also made me think, why did so many people switch to Revo at that point where you actually couldn't, it has a limit and you cannot go over that limit. Nice seeing you everybody. So today we actually have a lot of stuff and we don't have to do any of that, or we can do everything. So I have here Andon Star, they call it Microcosmos. This is this. It's a microscope with the screen. I was playing with. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen some images I posted. It comes with 10 specimen of different animal and plant bits and bobs, legs and wings. But today I prepared it to look under it some of the electronics. I was really surprised. So at some point I did bought something that can be used to enlarge the image of what you're soldering, because I'm getting old, I've just finished, we can always do. I have a lot of stuff that can let a lot of white smoke. Hi René. So I usually, some of you have seen on streams, I wear sometimes glasses, although I should really, when I'm working with anything close, wear glasses, and I also use magnifying lens. And when the Andon Star approached me, first thing I always do is I always Google the stuff to see if it's just some kind of a scam. No, 30 plus 20 is okay. I went out, and from what I've seen, it looked okay. So I said, good. They actually, I think there are two types of companies. So for example, I got the email. Let me just open here quietly the email I got. I'm really not sure where to go with that one. So if you have an opinion on that, I really would like to hear it. EUFI. Let me copy that link here and copy this link here. So I know I digress, but I've been contacted by EUFI, or whatever they are called. Wrong screen. Just a second. Give me a second to transfer the links here. One. And second. So I'll show you this. I was really surprised with, okay, I'll leave that. Let's go through them here. I don't know what to do with them. So the reason why I don't know what to do with them, you may have noticed that actually all the stuff that I review, none of the videos are sponsored, and I usually do not take money from sponsors. There was one exemption. One exemption was a SwitchBot last year, and PCBWay. But when I do projects and they want to sponsor the video, I'm okay because I make order. I order PCBs from them, so actually you see what I get, and it's not something like I've never seen that, tried it myself, kind of stuff. But you actually do work with them, and you do know what to expect, and you know how you would recommend them or not. So they approach me, they want to work with me, they want to sponsor a video, which okay, I can get some money for that, but I usually do not like it because it also usually means that they expect to see the video before I release, or they can have an impact on they can try and make an impact on the video. For example, Creality, when I was doing that Halot video, and I'm really sorry for that video, not because it's a terrible video, but in terms that I think that around only 500 people have seen it. I don't say that the video is great, but I think that people are, yeah, okay. Because at the end, it really was a nice resin printer, and I was really surprised. I have a print here from that printer. I was surprised on how good the cases that I printed for the ESP projects turned out, better than normal 3D printer. But it's a hassle. But for example, Creality, they asked just to see video before it is released. They didn't do any comment on that. They said good, okay, and yeah, release it whenever you want. Actually, not whenever I want. I had to postpone that, but that's a different story. Andon Star, which why I started all of this, they said, listen, we see that you sometimes do a project that involves soldering, blah blah blah. Would you like us to send you one device? If you like it, you can do video. You don't have to do video. Listen, just here is the device, play with it. And I really wasn't expecting it. This device is not cheap. Okay, yeah, I know that they make money on it, but let me go on YouTube and find. Yeah, Pedro. Yeah, I know Blackadder. I'm not. I like to test stuff. I like to play with stuff. So, you know, I always, when I receive something, even that's stupidly expensive pillow, I'm still on version saying that please send it to me. I want to test, because I like to play with stuff. You know, the older you get, the more kid you become, or men never grow up, or whatever. But back to Andon Star disassembly. That's an interesting topic. I did actually disassemble that one. I think this is that one. So the price is $220. Of course, it's much cheaper than what Creality has sent me. But you know, Creality upfront sent, we want you to do a video. They didn't say. So I was really surprised, because I bought my kids some microscopes and some specimens, and it's okay. But I wasn't expecting this. Maybe we should, no, let's start with the electronics. That's what I wanted to show you. There are some things that I wish were a bit different. Actually, this is not a brand new device. I think that they did change a bit of electronics inside, etc. But from what I've seen, this is just a bit of upgraded version of the device. It has SD card. I had issue. It fell inside. It didn't fall inside. It felt like the whole mechanism popped in. So I did disassemble everything. I did a photo of that. When I do video, I will show you the insides of the case. I will not be opening it up once again. But actually, just opening the case and closing it fixed the issue. So I can now remove or insert the SD card. And this is something that I need. This is something that I need because when I always had issues. Most of the things that I soldered, either SMD or to the whole components, those videos were scrapped, or that part of the soldering process was scrapped because I had issues with recording. You know, fighting over the camera with my hands and soldering iron, trying to see everything. I have that hexapod with a lot of arms and magnifying lens, it doesn't work. It's like big, clunky, and it's like a piece of crap. So when I got that one, I didn't read the manual. Actually, I still didn't read the manual. But later on I figured out on the web that I was doing something wrong. I was using wrong lens to look at the specimens, which we can look later on. But today I've been playing with the electronics. So let's pop up some, start with larger things and go to smaller. For example, this is not my project from modcam.ru project Geiger counter. I still have a couple of boards for them. It's excellent, and I had a question from somebody on the Twitter, I think. Do you have enough space to solder? So currently it is down. TNT, yeah, I agree with that. Nobody reads the manual. Let me get it up. You can move it up, down. You can tilt the screen. You can move everything forward or backwards. It's really flexible. Easy to right screw. Oops, sorry. Ooh, it doesn't sound good. But let's. So you actually have a lot of space to solder here. The lights are really great. You cannot see properly here, but if you look at the screen, even the screen is. This light here is the problem, but it's really, nice device. And if you wonder, I think this one, nope. Nope, yeah, this one. Okay. So it's really helpful, for soldering if you're doing soldering by hand. Let's look at one of the boards that I failed. This is my one of the boards that I played with for testing purposes. This is also from modcam.ru. This is called Zintercom. I actually have one board that is finished. This is the DIY Zigbee doorbell Nuki / whatever, blah blah blah. It's working. I have it set up, but yeah, this is how it looks. I think that I would do a better job if I would do hand soldering now with this than I did previously, just like with magnifying lens. I see stuff that I didn't see here. Also, I see a lot of resin that should be washed, but again, this board is just for trash now, so yeah. It really is nice device, and okay, this is board that I soldered a long time ago. I also had, at that time I was like 4 or 5 years younger and my eyesight was much better, and I thought I did a great job with it, but actually what I see now is that I did a lot of mess, but it's, working. But yeah, it really is good even for those things. As I said, it has SD card, and that will allow me in future, if I do projects like that, to record what I do. It's very simple. You have even a remote for it, and you can just like press a button and do a photo. You can further zoom in and zoom out with the remote. And let me pop in even smaller device. This is something that even with the magnifying lens I wouldn't be able to see anything. Remember, I've now popped everything up. You can make it bigger if you move it closer, but as I said, you have like 15, 18, it's like guy stuff, half a meter of space. So you have a lot of room under it to work on the board itself.
Scared of them. Like, it's definitely something that doesn't happen every day. But once
Okay, but it also has one additional thing, and I posted in the Discord channel question if anybody knows anything similar. I need a HDMI cable. It has HDMI out, so you can hook it up either to external monitor, or in my case, what I would like to do is to hook it up to the PC, and maybe when I do streams and if we work on together on something, blah blah blah, in future I can also get that image on in the OBS or wherever I want or need. So yeah, let me change the lens. What's up, dog? Szefike. My wife went out. I'm currently alone except the dog. My wife is, I think, still outside, but she will also go away. Now we can have a party. Okay, so in the box you also receive 3 types of lenses. This one labeled A is for the electronics. Electronics, then you have another one. So no, L is for soldering. Oh shoot, I again used the wrong lens. Doesn't matter. So L is for electronics, so it should even be better. But when I already replaced it, I wanted to play with D1. Let's go with the D. It's biological microscope. Biological. Where is it? It's here. Okay, it has lights, but I have to unplug the light. Come on, light, unplug, and I have to plug it in inside this box. It will take for a couple of seconds or minutes or centuries for me to set everything up. We need to get this a bit closer. A bit closer. I have a lock here to prevent from smashing down. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Lock, lock. Lock it up. So this is like onion skin or something like that. You can record video on the device, and you can take images on the SD card. So that's really awesome. CT&T again. I used the wrong lens for the electronics, but who cares? If you are into animal torture. Honeybee, wing, pine stem. Oh, this is a nice one. I posted it on Twitter. But if you try to look at it, you even with a magnifying lens, you wouldn't. That's interesting question, and I'll answer that in a bit. This is again honeybee. Since it lost the wing, it also lost the arm or the leg. Well, it does have Wi-Fi connectivity, and this is Musca domestica compound eye. If I am not mistaken, this is a fly eye. So you can see what fly sees. Actually, no, this fly cannot see anything. To answer your question, Blackadder, Yes, there is a Wi-Fi connectivity. You can go into the menu. I fumbled through the menus, so give me a second. Nope. How is it? Menu? No. Just a second. Menu. Then arrow. Then once again menu. Then we go to Wi-Fi. If you turn it on, it starts. It opens a access point, so it starts, transmitting as access point. Thank you. Yeah, Zimaboard is here on the desk. I really am loving it. I'm actually really considering moving my full backup system to Zimaboard and using Zimaboard for testing instead of the second Synology. I really like it. But back to the Wi-Fi. So it opens up as access point. Then you have to download the app from the App Store, which does exist on the App Store, but it hasn't been updated since 2020, and my Android 13 phone cannot install that app. There is also you can hook up this via the USB cable to your PC and use the app on the PC, but I didn't find the app. I think that they silently removed that app thingy for this device, although it does have it. It's actually, I think, nowhere mentioned that you can do it, but I've browsed through the internet and found it there. They just talk about take photos and videos on the SD card. There is actually nothing saying, oh yeah, PC support, this one here, but I couldn't get the software for the PC, which would be really awesome. So as I said, that's why I said I think this is a very old device that they just repurposed. From items you get 3 lenses, you get the one additional specimen box that you can use, plastic tweezers which are not that great, normal USB cable. This USB cable is used to hook up just to power supply. If you do not need additional light, so you have this light box and you have these lights for objects. If you don't need them, you can just use this one. Then again, you also receive this dual USB cable that has light control on it, and you can turn off and turn on everything, plus dim the lights, but you can only dim those lights here. It's not a tablet, it's actually just a screen. So there was a question previously. Yeah, you would, but I don't know if you watched my last video on the voice assist in Home Assistant, where I talked about, where I've shown the difference between the Zimaboard running Home Assistant OS and Home Assistant running on Yellow in terms of speed. This, of course, is not HP EliteBook, but it's much faster than what is normally recommended Raspberry Pis. So yeah, you would lose some, but then again. So you have other bits and bobs in the package, HDMI cable and manual, which we of course don't need because we don't read manuals. Let me get away that stuff. Give me a second. Much better. No, probably. Nice one, Mark. Didn't see that one. I was really surprised, but I will not do any reviews on this one until I find myself, as I mentioned, HDMI to USB converter. I will not be buying Elgato stuff. I don't think that it's worth for me to pay 160 to 260 euros for a capture card because I don't do 4K 60 frames per second gaming. And while Elgato does make some stuff nice, other stuff is not that great. Not saying that the capture cards are not great, but I simply do not need such a beast of the capture card. So if I find something, you know, cheap that suits me, I will go with that. Let's try electronics with L because you spell electronics with L. Why didn't they name it, for example, E for electronics and the other one, you know, B for biology or something like that? No, they had to use their own special naming convention. Whoa, these go here. Okay, and let's move it a bit up. Ooh, squeaky. And let's try with this. Ooh. Wow. Even. Oh. No, my wife went out of the door and my kid came in. Hi. That's something I'm actually looking for. I don't need anything more than 1080p and I don't need anything more than 30 frames per second. Actually, some of the stuff I do record is 4K, but I'm not sure if it's worth to record. Okay, so let me first move this a bit back so you can see. We are once again on that board that I messed up, and yeah, I did use once again wrong lens when I showed you. This is really magnifying a lot. Even I can see without glasses everything here. Wow. Let's look at Geiger counter. It would be so easy to solder with this one. Even that lens was great, but this is so much better. You can do quality control of you know, whoever soldered something. This is really nice. Those I actually cannot see with my bare eye. These are not 0806s that I usually solder. This is something like 0101s or something like that. These are micro. But I have to be honest, they have been soldered nicely. This one, let me find something I can point. Nah, it's even too small. This is, look, this is tip of the tweezers. No, this I have Google Pixel 7 Pro, which has amazing lenses, and it's really amazing how it keeps the focus when you enlarge the objects, but this is beyond that. This is really beyond that. And I was really surprised, and I have to be honest, although it's huge and my desk is like 1.10 centimeters. It's too huge for me, but this is one of the best things I received in a long time. While we are already there, let's try this. Let's change the lens back to A, which they advertise to be the lens for the coins. Yeah, I think that most of them currently are relying on the AI to clear the image, to make it better than it actually should be. I don't know if Blackadder is still here or no. This is the this is the it's actually 3D printer tests. Let's look like this. It's 3D printer test. You have overhangs to see how far your printer can print. So overhang tests. You have towers to see how perfect or not they are. You have bridges here. You have, well, okay, sorry. You have bridges here, towers. These have holes going through them. Sizes, etc. But I know it's not fair to compare these prints because they were made on a resin printer, but actually under the magnifying lens you really do appreciate the quality of the prints for the resin printer. It's like, it's perfect. One more time. It's really awesome print, and the good screen here. So actually this is something that I wanted to show you. I've been playing around with it for a couple of days. My kid also has I bought her for Christmas or for something 2-3 years ago. So I didn't, Santa brought it. Okay, not baby Jesus brought it. I think like 4 packs or 4 or 5 packs of 12 different specimens. So for example, crystals, biological, animals, food, something like that. Okay, this is one of the things, and we can now turn it off. And I can finally switch the camera back to somewhere else. Seed Studio ESP32 board. ESP32. I actually, it's somewhere here. Let me see what if I can get to it. I have new rack and it was nicely, you know, everything was tidy until I put my hands on it. Now once again it's a mess. Now these are 3D printer parts. So it's then in the next pile. No, these are extra devices that we don't do nothing with. Let's look here. By the way, one of my intentions was to also browse through my boxes and see what can we do if you have any suggestions for future projects. And also on the other hand, if anybody has any questions about the assist, I have here turn the kitchen lights off. Both the Atom Echo and the headset are here. We said what? This is Seed Studio microwave sensor. Wow, I have a lot of crap. Do you want to see what a lot of crap means? Okay. Who knows what this is? Oh, that's that blue thingy. Oh, this is the impulse counter. It should be somewhere here. I actually was supposed to receive another one for testing with a round display, but I had a bit of issue and row with the customs. The guy there had a bad day and started yelling at me, black economy, that I cannot blah blah blah. I pay taxes and I pay all the value-added tax and imports and customs and whatever, but he didn't like the idea of me receiving those items for free. So when they send me stuff, they send me free of charge, which means I have no proof of purchase of the device, except invoice that they include in the airway bill. So based on the price they put in the it is no Blackadder, don't worry. This is one of the 6 boxes I have here, just here, plus I have here in the desk, and I also have the bigger boxes outside. These boxes I'm currently working on it. Box priority box. Nah, no way I will find it. There is no way I will find it. So as I was saying, that guy was very pissed off with me. He had probably a bad day and he started, attacking me when I said that I do not have invoice because I paid. Oh, here it is. Okay. And he was like, wow. And then I told him that I don't believe that he's either the president or the prime minister. Blackadder, you know what I said to him, but he has a foul language like both president and the prime minister. So if he wants to go and talk with people, he should go to the politics, and he cannot talk to me while actually I'm paying for his services. Thank you, Levi. Thank you very much. No problem. I get easily distracted. I'm like I call myself a hamster. You can distract me just by saying hello. But that's okay. What we said that who said that? Mark, have you? Okay, so we do have ESP32. ESP32C3 board. Here it is. This is the back side. Those connectors that we usually do not use. And this is the front side and my terrible soldering. Okay, if we look at soldering, ooh, I should cut my nails. Ooh, they look bad. It's not. Yeah, I've done worse. But I really do believe that, the question is, it's really hard, especially when you receive something and you don't pay for it. I'm not sure if I myself could afford or would afford for number of times I needed this type of the mic, but for people that do repairs, that do electronics on day-to-day basis, I think that this device really can be worth it. It's like a question. We talked last time on the last stream. We talked about the. Oh, sorry, I actually wasn't. You didn't see anything. So give me a second. I'll show you here once again. Yeah, it was, and I said I soldered these without glasses and without magnifying lens. It was like this. So it's actually good. I usually scream and ask my kids to find me glasses, but I never find them. So I know that every single connection is working, but the quality of the soldering is too bad. It didn't flow. Yeah. But actually, from this distance, I cannot see anything. So I am 50 years old and my eyesight is not terrible, but beyond that. And this really helps me see stuff that I didn't see. So it's like My daughter, this younger one, started wearing glasses around the start of the pandemics. I think, you know, like maybe that autumn, and she was complaining how she can. She was complaining like, yeah, I don't think that I can see that well anymore, even with glasses. So we went out to the ophthalmologist to replace her glasses. The image is perfect. I don't think that this webcam is doing it justice, although it is okay. It doesn't. You see here on the screen, for example, for me. Oh, now it's perfect. You know, it's out of focus. It's very hard to record the screen. So she got her glasses. She put on her glasses, and Dad, I can see stars. I can see the moon. Look, the moon has a shape. It was like, okay, oh my god, I'm bad parent. I didn't get glasses for my kid in time. This is same, you know, you can see stuff. When I look at it, I see like a white line of where things should be. But this one is, you know, let's look at this. I put it back in the box. Let me venture in back into that box. Not this box. This box is extra stuff. Thank you, Rene. Thank you. By the way, I actually, Rene, I still haven't fixed, or I still haven't resolved that issue. You know, with the Elgato. That's why, and Amazon. That's why I'm really pissed at both Amazon and Elgato. That item is still at the customs here, although the Amazon did say that they will request UPS to return the item and they will refund me, but they didn't do that. So that item, according to the tracker, is still that item according to the tracker is still at Zagreb. Yeah, thank you. Oh, let's look at this one. It's still in the customs office, and because of that, I cannot get my money back. And I said to myself, I'm not ordering another device while I get refund, because it's been like the money has been locked for like 2.5 months. Yeah, like a new world. So most of you know this board, because I know that a lot of people have bought this board. This is that microwave sensor. You could actually get it even larger if we would, I think, lower it down. Yeah. There is no way I would have been able to read that one. There is no way, no chance. No way. Okay, the CPU, the processors once again were scrubbed because they don't want you to see what device this is. Let's do forensics. Let's get it even closer and see if we can. Nah, they did it. We could actually we could decipher. If I would take a photo of this, I could decipher what was here. So this is, if you're wondering, this is the size of that board. So it's like finger. It's actually awesome quality for what you get. But on the other side, it's just a 10-inch screen with a couple of buttons here. It has two. Yeah, I agree, Rene. Yeah, I agree with that one. It has two ribbon cables connecting it to the motherboard. Previously, motherboard was completely open, exposed, so you could see what's on the motherboard. Now they've added some kind of metallic plate for protection. It looks like those that you put usually to protect from electromagnetic interference, but I think that they just added it to protect to what's inside. And you have camera that's inside this body here. It's very easy to open it up. Let me show you. Okay, before I do that, let's see this Seed Studio. This is the microwave sensor. The quality of this would be, of course, much better if I would have ordered that device, but I will order to hook up this to the OBS. I don't know if Johnny is here or not. But I really was, as I said, you know, I do get impressed also very easily, so don't. This is the ESP01 board. ESP8266X. CH34. It's actually written there. Always knew that this was CH340, but yeah. What do you do when? Okay, so you have pick and place machine. Do you still have pick and place machine? By the way, if somebody doesn't know, Johnny has more subscribers than me, 2 times. I don't know if he still has 50k, but he had 50k subscribers, and he had a couple of videos on pick and place machine. I like pick and place. I would also like. Okay, I would like to have a basement. No, let's start with this. I would really love to be loaded, so I can have a large basement, and then fill all those unnecessary stuff to me there. For example, I want to have pick and place machine just so I can watch it how it picks and places the items, and then I can reflow them. But you did have videos on the pick and place machine, if I'm not mistaken. Or have I mixed something up? Okay. Yeah. I knew something was with the board. Sorry, my bad. I apologize. Okay. Next, does anybody want to play with the voice assist? I am confused. I'm getting great. I'm like Gandalf the Lost or something like that. Gandalf the high one. Actually, I'm not high. I haven't been high for a long time. But that's... yeah... we shouldn't go that route. I really am, you know, liking this device here. Okay, I have. Is anybody interested in SwitchBot Hub 2? I have it here. I didn't even hook it up. Still, okay. So I do use SwitchBot products. I do have their app, and I do have SwitchBot Hub Mini. So this is the small hub. Why I have it? Because SwitchBot Hub Mini is capable also of controlling infrared devices, so I have trained it to mimic my remote control for the TV, remote control for the TV. By the way, have you seen the in the latest Home Assistant update? There is a support for nope support for. I don't know why Google TV is not working anymore, but I also have now Android TV remote because I have Google for how it's called, Google TV Chromecast whatever device, and it has Google TV Chromecast whatever remote, and yay, it has one button and you can turn it on and off. Okay, I presume that some other remotes may have additional functionality, but actually, as far as I know, it's called Android TV remote, and the father or grandfather of the Android, if I'm not mistaken, is Google. So if you have the Androidist TV remote you could have, you will only have one entity and you can turn it on and off, and that's it. It's like okay, but back to what I was saying previously, which of course I forgot. Yeah, I have to clean those printers out from the. Yeah, let's not look at that. Yeah. Strange. So, what I was saying, if anybody's interested, we can hook up and see how this SwitchBot Hub 2 works, because SwitchBot Hub 2 has a couple of. Let's put it under the mic. Let's open it up. No, I will not be opening. I didn't even check it out. I will not be opening it up, but that's a good idea. Now I can open stuff up. First thing actually I opened was this microscope. It's called Andostar Microcosmos or something like that. Strange. Hazy Peach. So, live. Zita. Можешь. So, okay. Let's look what we have here. I got Hub 2, which I am looking forward to play with. In a second, Mark. Smoke. Yes, you're right. Actually, when we are talking about the smoke, let's check something out. So this is a. I got a replacement Shelly bypass. I think I have still here the original one. Yes, that's something what I wanted to show. Let's switch back to the background smoke camera. This is the original bypass, which actually went in a smoke. But it was very strange. So what happened is I have a bathroom vent, the one that is trying to reduce the humidity in the bathroom, and inside that I installed this bypass. When I bought pack, I bought two Shelly 1Ls with two bypasses. But if we compare it, let's. This is the original one, and this one just arrived yesterday as a replacement for that one, because I burned both the bypass and this one. Look at the bypass here. It's like 2 times larger. This actually fitted nicely inside the head of the vent. This, no way I can install this one. But besides that, I also got this one that should reduce any issues with the electromotors inside the vent itself. So what actually happened is it worked nicely until I flashed the device, and when I flashed the device, Shelly, for some to me unknown reasons, did like 4 or 5 clicks of relay on off, and it was just too much for something, and a bit of smoke went out. The funny thing is, it popped the fuse. I did reset the fuse, and then it popped it again. Then I reset it again, and it's actually still under. Well, let's not talk about it, because that's bad. So this arrived. This new bypass plus this capacitor, whatever it is, arrived yesterday. I bought it from Shelly. I also got 5 Shelly plugs. One is already installed, and I also had one spare here in this magic drawer where these 4 will go, but unfortunately there is no room there anymore. It's filled with stuff. Then I also received, as I said, the switchboard hub, which I will use, and I will replace my hub mini, and my mini hub will go to our summer house, and I will use it there to control the AC and other stuff. This one is better, and I know that there have been a lot of videos. Some of them I did see, most of them I didn't. I like Shelly products. I like how they design stuff and how they work. I really like, this is a clever. They moved temperature and humidity sensor off from this unit, so it's actually not measuring the temperature inside the box that heats itself, but it's measuring it, a couple of centimeters away, which is a really great idea. Also, second thing that they did is design this hole here for the cable. So if you have it sitting on the desk, it stands flat, while actually the cable can go behind it. It has 2 buttons that can be programmed via the app. I don't think that you can program them in Home Assistant. We can actually try and edit to see what is exposed. So it's also Matter Hub. It's a Matter device, so it can expose all your switchboard devices via the Matter network to Home Assistant, but I actually do not have set up Matter network still, so I cannot show you that part, and I'm really not interested in the Matter. I fully endorse the standard, and I wish all the best to the standard, and I think that next year we will see a lot of positive stuff there. But I just hate, like the Matter currently, at least for me, it looks like a standard that is there so that some people that like to bitch, sorry for that word, have something to bitch about. It doesn't work with this device. Oh, yeah, it crashed, something like that. What do you expect? It's like driving Tesla a couple of years back when the software was buggy. It was, the issues and everything. So it takes for standard and devices to mature. What did you expect? Companies start writing the Matter firmware, and that next day everything will be okay. Microsoft is doing Windows operating system, and they are still not able to fix all the bugs and issues they have for a long time. But that's a different story. That there is a shirt about it saying 99 bugs in my source code. I fix one. Now there are 127 bugs in my source code. So So yeah, I will be definitely using this one in my home in the future. Anybody here? Hello. Just kidding. Okay, so I received this, and I also got these here for the test. Biggest issue for me is that I removed all those tilt blinds out of this apartment, so I don't have any here. I do have a lot of them in the summer house, so I have to go there and set up everything there. So that's why I will also be using, as I said, mini hub there, so I can control the blinds there. But I think that, you know, these type of devices is great. We lack devices that easily retrofit our existing, you know, stuff at home. Nobody wants to replace. It's not Apple. People actually like Apple products, but we don't live in Apple world. Meaning that, you know, when the new type of the window is invented or whatever, you don't go out and replace all your windows on the home. It's like, no, when it's time to replace them, you replace them. Yeah, I really do like the simplicity of this. So actually this is the motor plus batteries. This one goes around the you know, that plastic that is used to turn, to open, close them and tilt them. You glue this somewhere on top. Here is the connector to charge it, but here is also the connector to the solar panel. I like packing, you know, simplicity. Somebody put an effort into it. Come on, let's twist again like we did last summer. I think this is a solar panel. Yep, this is actually a solar panel, which means that my daughter has switchboard blinds 2 or whatever it's called, glider 2 or whatever, and she has solar panel. I like it because I think that battery after the winter was at 91% and now I think it's already charged or close to be charged. Let's see if we can see it here. It's like 95. Okay. Sneeze. No sneeze. Sneeze. No sneeze. It's at 95%. It was 96, but it's 95 now. So yeah. So I presume that these solar panel would probably do this stuff. It should be pretty straightforward, since almost all devices now from switchboard are automatically just sneeze at the end. Should be automatically you should be able to add them automatically, since all of them work on a Bluetooth standard. And if you have any kind of ESP32 device or similar, everything is included here, including a very long cable if you need to charge it from somewhere else. We can turn it on and see what happens. Maybe I should read the manual. I know, I'm terrible failure. Okay. What you need: a smartphone, a tablet, blah 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 blah, latest version of our app, blah 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 blah, install somewhere, options, spare, something. We are just looking at that part, you know, turn it on. Organize the solar panel cord, precaution, battery replacements. It takes about 6.5 hours to charge the battery. Maybe the battery is dead. Let me see. I have here USB cable. Let's take security token 2. Don't buy YubiKey. YubiKey is great, but don't waste your money. If you buy something for your company, if your company is giving YubiKeys away, then it's okay. If you want for yourself to secure the accounts, go with the token 2. They are really great company. They have absolutely same products as YubiKey, but YubiKey is like okay, yeah, that's the second issue. How many okay, let's something okay. How many ESP32 devices with the BLE proxy do you have? There is a limit. I think that the limitation of the ESP Bluetooth proxy is 6, or so it's like 6 devices can be connected, but only 3 can talk at the same time. So more proxies you have, you will add capability to add more devices to a network. So that may be your limitation there. I know that I'm pretty close to them. I have a bunch of Bluetooth devices. Yeah, I do. So I think that you may need to add additional Bluetooth proxies for this. There is a, it's not per se as a limitation of Home Assistant. It's more of a processor and blah 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 that can simultaneously talk to so many devices. There is, I've seen posts from the devs on that one, but I forgot. I think that it's maximum 3 simultaneous. Yeah, try just if you have ESP32, just try to flash additional Bluetooth proxy and see how it works. I have 2 of them. I have one Bluetooth proxy there. I have one Bluetooth proxy here on the desk. When this Bluetooth proxy is out, I lose 50% of my network. Not just devices that are close by, so you know it's like range thing, but they simply, yeah. It is limitation. You actually do need more than one. That's something that I know that it may have not been communicated that well previously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if something is happening. Light is blinking. Light is blinking. Blinky. Notification, dismiss, settings. Give me a second. So this is blinking now. Let's go into the app and what I wanted to do. Blue, switchbot app. Click on plus, hub mini, blind tilt. Yes, I did hold the button for 2 seconds. It's flashing, but not the same speed. Blind tilt room, yeah, next, just default. Skip. Yes, we did that. Manually adjust the blind. I have to rotate this thingy. I have to pretend. I'm rotating. Next. Fully close up. Rotating. Oh, recalibrate. Fully close. Next. Fully open. Next. Jeden, dva, tri, četiri, pet. Jeden, dva, tri, četiri, pet. No. Nah, it's like okay. I cannot calibrate it without the blind itself. But the idea is nice. Skip. Open will be counterclockwise.
Pick up your phone, know when it's there.
Close is clockwise.
For a while, I was really scared of them. Like, it's definitely something that doesn't happen
1, 2,
every day. But once I knew what was going on and why it was happening,
1,
it made a lot more
2,
sense.
3.
I became okay with it.
1, 2, 3. 1, So I cannot finish the pairing process because I need blind to whatever to do something to do so. But yeah, it should be automatically added to Home Assistant also. I think that switch, but finish. So I have here also now blind tilt. Open, close, stop, sensor light level, sensor light level. Where is the sensor light level? Light level is where? Where is the light level? Battery is at 1%. Let's show it here. Yeah, this is the one. This part is not working because it's not been set up properly. Yeah, I like those devices. Blinds work perfectly. I like the ability to make it sustainable. I don't say sustainable as in you know, product was produced with zero e-waste or whatever. I think sustainable as in I don't have to care about the batteries anymore. We have solar panel, and solar panel takes care of charging. Ah, okay, light level. Yeah, possible, because the same thing is on the that other thingy I have from them. So yeah, that could be it, because I haven't seen any hole somewhere. That could be a light sensor. Yeah. Why do not activate the cell since it becomes unstable? Blah, 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 blah. Yep. I have if I manage to set up this one in the summer house and it works as it should, and I'm expecting it to work as it should, I need like 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1, so it's like 10 of them. Yikes. I think I need everything like gazillion. So for example, roller shades, I need them here, and I was going to IKEA and I actually need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So like, you know, 1,000 euros just for the roller shades. So like, no. That's, and you cannot do one. I have to buy at least 3 to make any kind of impact. Oh, by the way, there is something new here. Current temperature here. Okay. Last stream somebody. Yeah. 1 paycheck just for the blinds. Like no way. But do you know where I got those other blinds, those tilt ones? I had to buy, as I said, 10 of them. We redid the summer house and everything is in the glass downstairs. But you still want some bit of privacy. Nobody can see you because it's forest, but you want some kind of privacy, and you know, when the sun gets low, it blinds you inside. So I got a quote here local. It was like, you guys are insane. Then I was also working at the time in Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and I was walking in the center of the city, and there was like shop, we do custom blinds, and I saw like for a joke, okay, how much would be for, I don't know, 10 of them? I said, what is the size? I said, I don't know, just give me any price. I said, listen, I can make you price if I know the size of the window, because it has to be cut according to the window. I said, no problem. I called, I think my father or somebody, said like, measure everything up, send me the measurements, and I think like I paid for 10 custom built 10 blinds for full-size doors, so it's not just windows, but it's like full-size doors that can open. I think I paid overall everything like less than 200 euros. Less than 200 euros. It was like insane. I think that the material costs more. Yep. I know it was like not 200 euros. It was less. It was like 4. So one. Yeah, it's like a bit less than 200 euros. Yep. Okay, so one additional news here. I know that some of you didn't like to see. Did they remove that protective film from this one? Actually, it's still here. Oh, I'm like Frank. I don't remove. Oh, no. We will not be removing it. There is one additional thing that I did this year. Give me a second because I want to break free. I want to break free. No. I want to, like those hate comments that you get. I want to get hate comments, in regard to that. I actually spent a lot of money last couple of months on a lot of stuff, and now I'm broke, but that's a different story. No, I'm saving a lot of them. This one also has a protective film on it. I'm waiting with all of that stuff to do one big video of me just like peeling off protective film. Look, Zima board, protective film on it. Up until we had that joke with Frank where he didn't want to peel the film out of his yellow, I peeled instantly everything. Now I'm saving that up. No way I will peel. Look. Like here. I also have one device also here that doesn't have it peeled off. No more peeling the film. I see that people get triggered on it, so Zima, yeah, I know. Zima is here also. Zima is for Blackadder and me also. Zima means winter. Zima is Zima. Zima, e pa šta ako zima nije mraz, zima. Ne boj se ko nije zdrav. Okay, so we will not be doing any kind of Slavic songs. So, I don't know if you noticed, the temperature is dropping down. I have AC finally installed. I have AC finally installed. Yep, after 6-7 years in this apartment and all the priorities, I say to myself, okay, this money I put aside, this will go towards the AC, and then, something happens. For example, we had to replace the door, then, of course, it's here. I've set it up to 23 just to show you the temperature decreasing on the thermometer here. And you can guess how I control it. Come on, cable. Oh, stuck. Come on, where is the button? So, Tado. Which I think was a both good idea and a bad idea. Give me a second. It works perfectly. It's now I have combined both heating and cooling from Tado inside Home Assistant, and it really works. Oh, it's cold. Let me kill it off. It's really cold. But the problem is that I want it to be completely separated. So when the AC is working, I don't want heating to work. When the heating is working, I don't want the AC to work. And Tado is trying to combine those two things, so I have to manually put the AC in the off mode. But last summer when we planned to install the AC, in terms of that, this is almost 6 kilowatt size of AC, because we have large ceilings and there is no way for the smaller AC that would, be any efficient here. This one is a bit oversized, or it's not that. They recommended 5. I went for a bit higher than 5 kilowatts. Because I would like it to work not at 100%, but to be able to keep up the temperature working at around 50, maximum 60% of needed energy. And it's keeping. It's been hot today. We just for the fun started it, but it's been working nice, and we can cool down this area here, which is in front of the bedrooms, but also the area downstairs, because it's all open space. Yeah, that's it. So that. What else? Oh, as I said, I've been playing with Zimaboard. Unfortunately, I still haven't received my new controller. I will be keeping, as I said, this installation here. So I now have 3 systems constantly running, and for testing also. This one is my main setup. It's on Synology. This one is Home Assistant Yellow, and this one is Zimaboard. And I will be keeping Zimaboard. It's really awesome system. I got this one hooked up permanently, and I have spare one which I do for testing. So far I tested Uniraid, I tested Trunas, I tested I was hoping to test the retro station for gaming, but controllers are also stuck at the customs office. So until they release the funds, I will not be ordering the second controllers. Same goes for the Elgato Mini Lite, which at the end I was thinking, no way. No, after I ordered initially in February, so after 3 months, it's simply not worth it. It's great because Elgato lights also can be controlled via the. I've seen that one. Techno Team. Let's see what Techno Team does. Oh, actually, so yeah, I'm not sure that I would want to work with Anker, but that's a different story. YouTube. Oh, look, BeardedTinker is streaming. Techno Team, Proxmox. One more time. Running VM on Zimaboard with Proxmox. No, before I do anything on Proxmox, I do no 10 watt HA Proxmox cluster featuring Raid Owl. Yeah, I know. I think that we are also in a is it Techno team? Let me check something out. Not here, not here, not here, not here, because you will see it and I cannot show you this one. Let's go here. Let's see who's inside the group. View all people. Everything Smart Code, Craig Paulson, Automate Your Life, Brad, Stu, Paul Hibbert, HomeKit, Josh, Dr. Z, me, Smart Code Solver, Jeff from Slack Labs, and the Hookup. No, he's not here. I think that I also had some other group where maybe I'm mistaken. Yep, I will check out. Anybody played with the Grandstream HT 801 or 802, because 802 is same as 801 but it only has additional port. Yeah, it's always a rabbit hole. It's always a rabbit hole. We don't have sponsor anymore. Okay. Everybody fixed their own mistakes in the YAML since the updates. This one I cannot fix. It's bigger issue than it looks. The Workday YAML configuration is being removed. I haven't fixed that one. Update webhook trigger motion balcony hook. I could. Should we fix those? Let's fix that. We cannot edit the automation because the automation itself is in the YAML. Let me quickly just open a new window here. Blah 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 blah. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this, and you go back. And here, let's just check what's open. Okay, and here, let's go back. Come on, let's twist again. Something is stuck here. I need a new PC. I need to buy a new PC. This one is like, it's handling it okay. It's like CPU is at 9%, but the problem currently is graphic card. I need to buy a new graphic card, but since this is an old PC, it would be much easier for me to replace everything than just oh, okay, it's here. Yeah, it goes like this. When I was having that issues with the rendering, so I figured that I had to get a new graphic card. But new graphic card, in terms of something, I don't do gaming, or the games that I do play actually don't need any fancy graphic card. But for this, I would have to go for a graphic card in a price range of 500-600 euros. It's like, wow, okay, let's say that I need to invest in a good graphic card. But then I have, like PC, that motherboard is, I don't know how many years old. I don't know what PCI is. Let's look, PCI 1, for example. No, it's not. Then I would need to replace the motherboard. When I replace the motherboard, I have to replace the CPU. When I replace the CPU, I should also replace the memory. It's like, actually, wow. Yeah. I know. Let's go back to this screen here. I know the feeling. Motion balcony hook. These are the automations. And these automations are in the alarms? Nope. System? Nope. Utilities? Why would that be utilities? motion balcony hook. Oh, file is called camera balcony motion automation. Okay, idiot. Yeah, close the dummy. We need to add something here. We need to add that thingy, how that thingy is called. Allow local only or something like that. Let's go to documentation. Let's go to release notes. Let's go webhook triggers. Let's not go here. Let's go to automation. Triggers. Webhook trigger. This one. So we have platform, allowed metals. Oh my dummy. Allow metals. Add paste here, and this one is fixed. Let's just check. What's this? Oh shoot, I have to okay, I will do that after the stream. I have to how it's called? It's raw. What is the format? Raw. Okay, I will do that after the stream. Nice, Larry. Nice. So you're disconnecting. My colleague from work, he wanted to buy Zimaboard, and actually he decided he's a Zagorac, and Blackadder knows what that means. He has good wine. And he decided he doesn't want to spend money on the Zimaboard, so he has some box, Intel NUC or something that he bought some time ago. And then he decided to install that on top of to install the Casa OS on top of that box. So he now has Debian running on whatever that is with Casa OS on top of that, and he has been I know. I'm just kidding. Hey Mihai. Yeah, I'm just kidding. He's an awesome guy. He's so awesome, and I'm a terrible person. I kid him always. Let's add this to all those hooks. Camera motion. So we have. Up. Not this one. Camera. Now this one is used to stream whatever. If there is a notification, it streams automatically on the. Yeah, but it's disabled, I think. Let's see what we did. It's a motion balcony. This one, that one. Then we have Nuki bridge. Let's fix it. I love it. I had similar error in the recording setup where I wasn't able to find the error that the system has discovered. Nuki bridge webhook. Just give me a second. Nuki bridge webhook. Web poop. Okay, that's fixed. What else? How is this called? Array camera webhook. Nice. Webhook Rolling. Paste. Webhook unknown. Don't ask me what unknown is. I had a lot of errors in the log files with the unknown webhooks, so I created those to trap when something is going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2, it's 6. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2, it's 6. And what is this one? This is GitHub. What? Oh, GitHub webhook. And GitHub webhook should be here. Yep. So we have fixed also that. Then we have Sinochat, Synology Chat, Sinochat. This is, I don't know in what folder this is. This is notification, but it can be anywhere. Systems, Synology Chat. Okay, and this should be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's it. Nope. Yeah, I did see that you did receive. I'm so not interested in that Takara device. Actually, you know, Blackadder does tasmatize devices, or I don't tasmatize devices. I either keep them stock or go ESP home, and a lot of things I don't want to touch. Just I do have a couple of devices that are running ESP home that were previously Tuya devices. I actually hate Tuya devices. I hate them. I honestly cannot stand it anymore. I'm having that solar inverter is working. The camera that I first hooked up, switchboard camera that I used Tuya integration to get it in Home Assistant. I'm currently having so much issues with the Tuya that I simply hate it. I think that company is just simply not worth it. It's like, I think I talked about it last time on stream also. I just... I am. Yeah. I'm speechless because I don't know what's their model. You know, when they tried to work with Home Assistant devs, and I know the backstory because it talked a lot. Because you know, I like to poke people at their wounds. So I was poking a couple of people that were really frustrated after the cooperation Home Assistant devs had with Tuya, and after they opened up and told us, you know, how shitty the experience completely was, how they lied to them, how they, you know. It just left all the devs, it's so much bad taste in that mind that even I, the person that, you know, I said, no, I'm not going to mention to them Tuya anymore. And that's, for example, one of the lines I don't want to cross anymore, because I know how much money devs invested, their own money, to get stuff going. I know the promise is that they you didn't know about that. Pedro, do you remember that year or year and a half or almost 2 years ago when the Home Assistant devs announced the new Tuya integration and the next step will be local Tuya? What Tuya expected them is for the Home Assistant devs to integrate everything for them and to give them free of charge, and they didn't even want to employ anybody there, and they did a lot of stuff. And for example, Frank bought all the devices that were added to Home Assistant out of his money just to make that, you know, work. So it was like painful for them, and you know, they feel betrayed. And after that they started that, you know, compatible with Home Assistant Partners, etc. program. So it was like, you know, they promised that when they said, okay, get people, they felt so cheated out. For example, they said, look, okay guys, we want to roll out something new, but we cannot do local tuya, so let's start with the new version of tuya integration, and for that you had to open account on the IoT tuya website. And you know, that IoT Tuya website is actually something that you pay for. You pay for the IoT accounts, and those licenses are expensive. Like, I from top of my head, but it's like thousands of dollars. It's not like, you know, $5 per month or something like that. And they said, no, but you can open free account. And look what happened. They promised that they will never ever charge anybody from the, you know, home, prosumers, us that for example use Home Assistant and want to, you know, get control of those devices inside Home Assistant. They said, no, we will never charge you. Look what's going on now with the free subscriptions, etc. And on the other hand, they are bragging that they have like 70,000 people on the IoT platform. Out of that 70,000 people, I guess that half of them are Home Assistant users who created accounts there free of charge, that have recently started receiving, you know, you have auto credits by extend or something. Yeah, I like also Shelly. I keep their firmware intact. I know that some people converted to the Tasmota or ESP Home. I don't think that it's really necessary, because I've seen a tweet. It was like a tweet a couple of days ago. They said, somebody asked if they can use it without the app, and they said, yes, we want you to use our devices. We don't care if you use it with our cloud account, if you use it locally with our app, or use it some other way. It's your device, you can do whatever you want. We don't need your data. Yeah. Hey, Siegfried, nice seeing you. So, yeah, well, while we are already chatting here, let me switch this screen. Who knows what will pop up here when I press the next button or two. And let's restart my system. Check configuration. Yay, restart. It will take some time. Yeah, it's big system. So that's why I like Shelly. Why I like SwitchBot is that actually with the improvement to the Bluetooth in Home Assistant that was done last year, you can actually use all their most of their devices, not all, most of their devices you could use with Bluetooth. I haven't tested the hub, but actually with that hub you should be able to use it via the Matter. But as I said, I'm not intending to install the Matter. Actually, no, they got burned so much because the end users of Home Assistant were so pissed on Home Assistant devs at the end, because they said it will come, it never arrived. So I don't think that part backfired. Same with Yellow. Yellow was supposed to be a device that was almost as expensive as the Raspberry Pi 4, that people would be able to buy cheaply and start with Home Assistant. And with the manufacturing issues, the rise of cost of everything, it ended up like expensive device for what you get at the end. Yeah. So but what happened with Bluetooth proxy? I know that some people may have errors. I have all devices that work with Bluetooth proxy and work for me great. Also for the voice, I tested Russian, Italian, French, English, creation language, all those work great. Oh, local only. Local only. I'm not talking about the Nabukasa one. By the way, I will probably be working on improving the local creation language, but let's see how this goes. So I don't have issue. I'm not using voice here. I have my Echoes and my mobile phone. Most of the control I do over the phone. My kids and my wife do control via the Google Echo devices. But as I said, turn the kitchen lights off. Oh no, I cannot because it's not listening to me because it's restarting. But that's also the people's problem. They don't read the documentation. I know myself, I didn't read for the microscope and I was using for like 5 times wrong lens here. But I don't think so. You know, it's like they tell you, for example, for the video, for the voice, oh great, so, but I bought this and that cheap now with the mic for the ESP32 and it's not working. So did you check the ESP home pages and see if SPI support for that device exists? No. Who told you to buy that one and test that one? You know, there is a nice documentation on ESP home, people don't read, they buy devices, you know, like, oh, I've seen something on AliExpress that costs $1, $2, $5 less than what is recommended, I bought that and it doesn't work. That's not the issue of the, you know, it's like buying a Volkswagen expecting to have, you know, Volga. Volga is a nice Russian car, it drives fast. There was documentation for Bluetooth proxy. There was a specific site for Bluetooth proxy. Bluetooth proxy has its own website, full website for Bluetooth proxy. There is also Bluetooth, how it's called, that one with the firmware thingy, where you can custom firmware thingy to create devices that will be end devices, not the ESP home. Yeah, it's like I told you I have bunch and bunch of stuff. You know, for example, oh, this is slow. I got a comment, for example, blah 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 on my video last one. The voice control is slow. It's not. I can bet you $100 currently now here on the desk. I have them in a wallet, $100 US. I have them in a wallet. I can bet you $100 that this is faster than this one here, which is the Amazon one, or the one in the drawer here, Google one, if you use Nabukasa. But I said, yeah, but that's a cloud. Oh, so you are comparing a local control on your PC with the speed of the cloud device that has, you know, multi-billion-dollar data centers behind it. But you know, local, come on, let's compare it. Let's compare cloud service from Nabukasa and cloud service from Amazon and cloud service from Google and see who's the fastest. I bet you that the response you will get from Nabukasa will be faster and the device will change state faster. It will. Let's look at whole experience, you know, from wake up word or picking the headset, giving the command till the light changes. Yeah, but that's not local. So you are comparing a local, your PC, your quality of the PC, go buy, you know, like buy server with 4 terabytes of RAM and, you know, like $2,000 per gigabyte speed of SSD drives, and you will see how fast your PC will be, your local control will be. You cannot have the same local speed of local control on the Raspberry Pi as you have in the data center. So it's like people are constantly comparing different things and they nag about it. Come on. It is. I'm sitting at desk. I have here speaker and here headset. It's faster for me to talk to it than wake this device, wait for it to be woken up, tell the command and everything. But it's also different. Okay, you're right. On mobile phone, I use the same, you can use the same functionality on mobile phone. I can do it over the mobile phone. I can go here, open the app. It's still not up, so I cannot do it. I just now received notification it's shut down. You can actually do the same thing with the mobile phone. Go to your, come on the mobile phone, you cannot do. Click on assist button and talk to it. So you don't have to be at your desk. You don't have to use this phone. You don't have to use landline. You don't have to use Echo device. You don't have to use anything. You can use your mobile phone. You can talk to it and have either Nabukasa process your calls, which is faster, or have it locally processed on your PC. I know I had comments about it. I don't want to. You don't have to. And we are now talking about the second phase without the wake up words. I really want to see how they will solve the wake up words. Raspa had it sorted out, but it was really hardware intensive. I want to see that. Oh, and by the way, I'm receiving one. I'm waiting for one. I'm waiting for one. Hi, Adria. I'm waiting for one device. It's called ESP Voice. Device that is ESP Home compatible and that has local voice detection. It has customizable wake-up word, and you can add, I think, 8 or 12 customized commands on it. But it's ESP Home device. I will be receiving that in a week or two, and I really want to test that one out. But we have to, we have to get our expectations of things that are happening aligned with reality. It's like if I would compare, like for example, when you print something on that, this one is not ESP box. It's like, just give me a second. I will try to find it and post a link. Just give me a second. It's called ESP Voice. It's called ESP Voice. Come on, don't. It's like, for example, if you would print something on the Sol printer or whatever, and I said, no, it's bad because look, there is no layer line here. But we're comparing two different stuff. Sol is a great printer for that price range, and you will get rarely any better prints out of similar printers. That's it. But it's FDM printer, and all the FDM printers have limitations. All of them. This is a resin printer, and for example, I can show you this and said, wow, look, this is amazing print, and you never will be able to print it. And nobody should expect that Sobol should print something like this. Nobody, because technologies are different. And then comes another guy and says, look, I CNC'd this out of block of aluminium. Yeah, right, I cannot do that. It's like people have expectations that are wrong. It's like, somebody said, I feel lemony about Home Assistant. I wish I could get my money back. So, yeah, why? What did you put in? This one. Self-learning capability is being trained by using voice in any language dialects, 12 customizable voice controls, 1 customizable wake-up word, 1 call for emergency help, 4 scene confirmation controls, 14 standard announcements using PA system, Wi-Fi Bluetooth connectivity, Bluetooth proxy for Home Assistant attached with a Mono 3 tweeter for speech recognition, response and PA applications. CSP voice is programmable, powered by USB-C. So that's it. Let's look at the price. Yeah. Let's look at the price. 45 euros, $45. Yeah, but I know, like, I will get it. I will test it. I already know what things I will probably do with something like that, and I already know, you know, like I already know some of the comments be like, I can build it probably better and cheaper. Okay. Go build. And if you do build, I really would like to see that build. And, you know, do math and see if the components that you used on this device, plus everything, plus the time, plus the effort, plus actually nice case, custom case for it, you could fit in the $45. It could be theoretically possible. Yeah, I know, but you know, it's like, did you see how I messed with Aaron? It's like, really? Like, come on. You know, somebody, he will do video of I don't know how many, 10, 12 light bulbs, RGB light bulbs, compare the intensity, brightness, color spectrum, everything, and somebody said, listen, you didn't go to Tesco and bought the Tesco light bulb. It's like, come on, come on. 1 unit of USB home, 1.5 meter USB cable, 4 units of DuPont test hookup jumper wires for flashing voice recognition chip of future updates. Okay. Where? ESP32 room. I don't think anything spectacular here, do you? I'm missing something. I'm missing what's on this board here. So we have something here. This is ESP32 here. There is something here. I'm missing here something. AI chip. What is this AI chip? Or what is like I don't know. I know that Home Assistant devs are working with the same guy that is doing Raspberry, and Raspberry, in my opinion, is awesome. I did test it. I never ever recorded anything on it because I think that the lower and mid-range users of Home Assistant would be overwhelmed with what you have to do. So I'm glad that they decided to rethink of how everything is done and then include it in different way in Home Assistant. By using Piper and Whisper, I think that they have made it much more simple than installing a Raspberry. But once again, Blackadder, these are proof of concepts. The problem is same with the Matter. I rambled about it previously. You know, Matter beta version 1 has been released and they said, look, it's not working. And what did you expect? You know, don't install beta if you don't want to be part of beta. These are more or less all the proof of concepts that will result at the end of the year with workable product. But then again, what's going on with my system? Why isn't it up already? Something is fishy. It's probably my feet. No. What? How? No. Look. Just give me a second, please. Yeah, it is Mark, and I'm actually he watched my video and he contacted me to do help to try to help him get better support for the Croatian language. That guy is really trying to, you know, he's currently working on both fronts. So he's working with Home Assistant, introducing things there, but some of the things that can be implemented in Home Assistant will go back to Raspberry. So he's working on both of those systems. Something is not right here. Just give me a second, please. My system should have been up by now, and it's not, and I need to see what's going on. System is not ready with state setup. Why is it in a setup state? It shouldn't be in a setup state. Hardcore check. Noise, but I misspelled it. Nope, something is fishy with my system currently. I've broken it.
I had this dream a while ago. I was driving around town.
But as I wanted to say, you don't have to use M5 Stack Echo. Some people have already used ENM411 mic with the normal ESP32 and the push button, and it worked. You can use your mobile phone. You can talk to your Home Assistant companion app, and it will process it either locally or there. You don't need a wake-up word. Why would you need a wake-up word? When I call my friends, I don't tell them wake up and then start talking to them. I just call them, they answer, and I talk with them. Same here. You just press a button and do it like that. Some people had a good idea of installing it on the tablet using proximity sensor to kick on the recording part or listening in part. The problem with the ESP32, ESP Home voice is that you have to have beginning at the end of conversation. So it means that if it's triggered by emotion, you have to press the button when you stop speaking. With the voice over IP, you can actually install probably voice over IP on your mobile phone, start it, talk to it, and use it, or have a speaker in your home that can be used. Speaking? No, speaking is actually a perfectly normal way to talk with any assistant. So that's no issue. Actually, you know, it's like turning the lights. I still think that turning the lights via the switch is more functional. That yeah, I agree. So you don't have to press the button. You can call. But as I said in the video, you don't actually have to do it. If you have, for example, speakerphone, you can have it off hook all the time, and it will be constantly processing the text and reacting to your commands. So you don't have to pick up anything. And it can do it locally, so it's actually listening in, but everything it's listening in is staying inside your network. So it's much more secure and much more private. And everybody's like, you know, privacy, privacy, privacy. And then, okay, Jarvis, how much does 1 pound of cocaine cost on a free market? So like, and probably not. Yep, it could not. Currently the biggest problem with the ESP Home version of this part is it is not able to distinguish the end of the sentence or command or whatever. So that's why you have to keep the button pressed to that. You can overcome that, but then you have to have another action to, you know, terminate the conversation. It cannot detect when the sentence is over. If you are using VoIP, which can be any SIP phone or whatever, it auto detects when the sentence is finished or command is finished and processes that command, and when it finishes, it listens once again. But like, yeah. So you can have additional you can of course have additional ways of controlling it. I know it's not perfect, but nobody no, you know, nobody's complaining that we buy 3D printers and then clipperize it because the operating system sucks. That's normal, you know, and this is not normal, you know, expectations. I would expect that if you run a Clipper printer, you would actually get Clipper on it, not like the GD, whatever is that Chinese company that released before the Creality, the closed fast one. You know, it's like they ripped the guts out of Clipper. They didn't release, Creality also didn't release the firmware. Bamboo Labs hasn't released their own firmware. But people with some companies are okay, with others are not. You know, everybody's okay that Bamboo Labs didn't release open source software and they did base it, and it was pretty clear that they didn't invent input shaping, which their printer has from the day one, but they didn't bother releasing that to open source, and everybody's okay with that. Creality doesn't release it. It's like those Chinese companies. What's Bamboo Lab? It's like from Mars. Come on. It's also true, Johnny. That's also true. You know, but it's like fights over the printers. You know, who's is biggest, fastest, or whatever. Is Prusa better than Bamboo, than the Sovel, than the Creality, than the something else? I like all of them. I wouldn't have anything against receiving any of them. I did bought Creality, I didn't bought Prusa because I think that those printers are, my opinion, overpriced. People do tend to forget the hate towards the Prusa, because Prusa, when it started, it actually did some things not that popular with the open source community from which it started. I don't say that didn't change and things did change, but people forget the beginning of 3D printing and the community. That relation was much worse than it is, for example, with the Creality's cloud service that people, you know, hate or love to hate, to accuse of stealing other people's designs. I know Prusa is better. Yeah, you know what? Like it's totally irrelevant. You know, I don't bitch against Tesla because I cannot afford it. I cannot afford it. But on the other hand, they have started something that has now been silently moving into the other companies, and we have expected it or accepted it because people did accept Tesla. Shit, when I buy a car that has heated seat, I bought the heated seat. I didn't bought the ability to buy subscription to heated seat. I bought it. It's mine. And we have now started to going into that subscription world where we know, like, blah, blah, blah. Pedro, yeah. But okay, are you talking here about the Bamboo Lab? Let's talk about. Let's talk about. I'm not. Listen, please. Here, first of all, I'm not pro or against, but I just want to show you how you know it goes in completely wrong direction. So, for example, Creality created cloud service where you can find the models because they want a new revenue stream where you can buy additional subscriptions to get online rendering or online ability to control the printers, which I still think is a bad idea. But okay, so some people have bought that subscription. I think it's good. Okay, so their website is now filled with copyright infringements. But at the end, do you really believe that Creality went on Thingiverse and copied those files? Or were they people? But everybody is bitching against Creality because on their website they have copyright arts. It is partial Creality's fault because they didn't think enough on how to prevent that stuff. but those are actually other users, you know, yous and me's and yous and me's and other people like us that are trying to get free coins on Creality cloud service, and because of that they upload STL files from other creators there and claim to be their own. It's like they did open the door. It's like internet, you know. Internet was not created for porn and not to go in some other directions. It was created for a completely different purpose. But is the creator of the internet now responsible for all the malwares, crypto lockers, and all the stuff that is on the internet? Because he actually, you know, he opened the door. So it's like we always fight with double standards. You know, you cannot have double standards. Do you really think maybe the process of submitting artwork on the art or STLs on the Prussia website is much more streamlined, or it's easier to report the infringements, or if they process them, but the bottom line is you can do it. I can steal something of the Cult 3D and put it on Thingiverse, put it on the Prussia's website, and put it on Creality website. The question is just how fast it will clean up. Sorry for the rant. Sorry for the rant. I'm just telling you know, like, I would really like beer now. Oh no, just kidding. What I was saying is yeah. Well, we are there. Congrats on the king. If that's in order. I don't know. We don't have kings. We have dumb presidents and prime ministers here. I know that you also have your own prime ministers, but let's not talk about politics. But I was saying, you know, per se, nothing is good or nothing is bad. It all depends on for what something is used or not. You know, if you use fire to cook something, it's positive. If you use fire to burn somebody's house down, it's negative. But the fire is still the same, and you have to account for your own actions, or somebody has to account for his own actions that are either against the law or whatever. So we started where? Oh, my system is still not up. My system is still not up. Shoot! Oh, I will have something to do today after the stream. Joy or happiness. Exception, testing configuration, history exclude option is deprecated. Oh my fuck. Let's like HA core, HR core, HA core update to pull the latest update and see if this fixes because something is not here right. Something is not right in my main instance. There is always option to do, you know, power it on and off. I did check the log file. I'm looking on it to Windows. It's like how it's called, Quiddy, that 3D printer that has the screen that they butchered Clipper just to make it work, and everybody was telling them, you know, something like Creality Sonic Pad. That reminded me. You know, you wanted to sell your screen, and then because it is not supported out of box, you know, you butchered everything on one side just to be able to reuse that display that you created for something else. Yeah, I have to fix my Ender 3 Pro. I still have it on the balcony outside. It's probably been on the rain and snow in the last 6 months. Yeah. But Pedro, I also am thinking, just put it in a perspective. While it's really awesome to tinker around, the clipper, printer, tighten all the screws, update, upgrades, check everything. It's on the other hand really nice to have printers such as, and I will be giving you a broad list of printers just to not anger anybody. For example, Prusa, plug it in, print. Bamboo Lab, when it works, plug it in, print. Creality K1, when it doesn't fail, the hot end doesn't explode or whatever, plug it in and print. But the idea is that looking at resin printing and the ease of how everything is done, I didn't try. I know that somebody has released finally some kind of open source firmware for the resin printers. I don't know what is support. I've just seen somewhere briefly the headline and I didn't come around to reading it. It's really nice to have printers that you just unbox, put on a desk, and in a theory, just print. Because it's like iron. When you buy your iron, you really want to, you have to iron out your shirt or trousers or something. Just imagine if you would have to calibrate it, upgrade to the latest, check if your power socket is white, because unfortunately for white you have to do patch or something like that. It's like it's about time that 3D printing starts going mainstream in terms of printers such as Bamboo Lab. I'm not once again, I haven't tested it, and I can only speak out of those things that I've seen and read about it. But to be able to unbox it, power it, put a spool of filament and print it. Multi-material print. I never finished my multi-material unit. It's actually 100% complete, but I didn't do calibration step because I simply don't think that I have enough hours in one day to start and finish it. It's like it will take me 4 hours. I didn't have 4 hours to finish that part. Creality. They are riding the wave. Everybody knew from that photo before they released K1, everybody knew that they were reusing the design. Not reinventing the design, but reusing the design. They are good at reusing the design. Yeah, also no. We at the office had Lulzbot. How it's called? Lulzbot or something like that. I wouldn't say DJI did much better job in the FPV world and drones overall than Creality did for 3D printing. Creality did for 3D printing is what those cheap $15 drones do to DJI on AliExpress. But on the other hand, I said we had Lulzbot in the office, and I was so impressed how Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's correct. That is true. Yeah, that's also true. They made printers cheap enough so anybody can try 3D printing and start to hate it. But they didn't do everything bad, because by lowering the price point, they did allow some people that were unable to enter this market to touch those products, to finally touch it and do something. And maybe they did inspire people, and people did a great job even with the Ender 3s, before the Pros, before the S2s, before the whatevers, CR10s and who knows what. But they did something right. So it's like if somebody today would chip on the Tesla market, give people everything that Tesla has, but with much lower price point. The question is, how would people react on the initial bugs and on that period that company has to, walk in the new shoes model until they fix and get everything right. People forget that Tesla is, when we are talking about that, Tesla is not company from yesterday. It's not old as Mercedes, of course, but it's been on the market for a couple of years now. It took them a long time to tweak out. My Tesla is perfect except the doors are not aligned, the water leaks through the windshield, the whatever issues, until they were able to reach that standard of quality that was expected for that price range of the car. Nicely put, Blackadder. They did what Sonov did for Smart Home World, but with a lot more still. Yeah. You're right. That's a good point. That's a good one. I hat off. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. Yeah. It's called. People forget how Japan's economy started. They were the first one that didn't care about the intellectual property of the US. And, now it's different times. Now it's China. It's just the question, why are now some people reacting on China and they didn't react that way on the Japan 40 years ago? That's the other question. Yeah, what in one country is called repression, in another country it's called freedom of speech. That's also true. But I have to add on that is that learning curve of China R&D is becoming more of a Japan one. I'm not talking here about Creality. It's like Creality is like Pevets. They are. You know what Pevets is. It's like small company and they have their limitation. When they were talking about space program, for example, it was really interesting to see that some of the comments of the science community was like, China will not be able to pull that off in the next 15 to 20 years, and then they said, oh, we miscalculated. Because they were also putting a lot of heads together to rethink some of the processes. So while on the one hand I do agree, on the other hand I think that currently the biggest limitation is the free world trade agreements that forbid China to touch some of the technologies. Now we will go into conspiracy theories, and I don't want to talk about it, so maybe we should wrap it up today. My system has still not been... No, I've started the update, so that's why it will not be up and running. Unknown error. Supervisor info. Supervisor restart. Check. Repair. Nope. Reload. Restart. OS. There is no update on OS flags. I know that you don't see, but I'm telnetting into my console and some data is here. Unfortunately, has to be. I cannot show you. Okay, maybe we should wrap up the stream. It was a live one. I really do hope that you had fun. I really do like babbling like that. Yeah, that's my main system, but no worries. I have backup somewhere, maybe. Okay, so I leave you to thoughts. Is today Saturday and Sunday? Because if today is Saturday, you have still one more day before you have to head up to work. If it's Sunday, then we have been talking here too much, but I know it's not Sunday. I really want to thank everybody for joining the stream, and I also want to thank Levi and Rene for super chats. Thank you guys. This will go towards the USB HDMI to USB converter. I will keep you updated on Discord and Twitter what's going on with my main setup, and I have to do it quickly because my wife is currently outside and I hope that she will not be home in at least next hour or so. Thanks everybody for joining the stream. It was real fun. If you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to ask somebody else, not me, just kidding. And I will be seeing you. Okay, I will not be seeing you in 2 weeks because in 2 weeks I will be going to Gardaland. Gardaland, and for those of you who don't know what Gardaland is Gardaland is like Disney World in Italy. So in 2 weeks I will be off to Gardaland having a beer with my kid, and we will be having fun there. I will be seeing you then some later date. Everybody have fun, have the rest of the weekend, nice rest of the weekend, have fun with your family, friends, relatives, whatever, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, and for the end of the stream. Yeah, thank you.